Welcome to Castin Cajun. I'm your host, Tony Fondo. We're here at the Catfish Capital of the world, Des Allemands, Louisiana. And I'm standing in front of Spahr's restaurant, where they're famous for their catfish chips and their seafood gumbo. We're going to show you how to catch the catfish, prepare them, cook them, and I'll show you how to eat them. And you're even going to see how to make Mr. Bill's special seafood gumbo. So get ready for an exciting half hour with Castin Cajun.
Okay, we're gonna leave out in Bayou Des Allemands and we're gonna head to Salvador. Well, it's about a half-hour ride, and we got some lines in Temple Bay and what they call Little Calahula. Salvador just leads into anywhere you want to go in the water. It's not far from Lafitte. Across the lake in Lafitte. They call this Dufrene Pleasure Pond. Years ago, that was all privately owned. There was sections in here. This used to be farmland. It flooded. The levee bust, it flooded. That's way before Highway 90 right there was built, the new 90. They had levees going across all different ways where these pilings and all. They had levees in here where they used to pump it out dry. They had a canal built in here. I was taken out of school in 6th grade to go shrimping with my parents. My dad, they built a shrimp boat, and we done trawling and trapping to raise the family. And I've been in the water since. I can paddle the pirogue, start fishing catfish. And here I am today in 2014, still doing the same thing. I got some trout lines out. We're gonna go and we're gonna run them and bait them. And we're gonna go ahead and run them and see what we got on them. The best time of the year is mostly February, March, and April. Around May, they usually start spawning and they shut down biting on lines. Got these lines right here. Usually when they got them, you see them pulling. Sometimes they don't even move until you grab the line. With that cut bait, I don't know. See how you got slime on that line? That alligator took one, see? That's another why I kind of pick them up when the weather starts getting hot because of the alligators. You know, they're stealing fish from me. We got a decent one, nothing big. Okay, there we go. That's a white, what we call a white cat. There you go. That's him. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just run where I see a fish pulling. I ain't won't worry about baiting them. You figure that's about 2-pound fish. Oh, we got a little bitty one. A little bitty one. No, that's a little white cat. There you go. That's a little one. That's the kind they really like, but that's the kind wildlife and fishery like too. This is a measure. This is a 12-inch measure. He's right on it. He's a legal fish. See, he's all the way on the end of the measure. He's a legal fish. This is what I do every year. I put them out and then I pick them up. I wrap them up. When I sit around, I put them in the shed. And I sit around, I put new hooks on them. You gotta change the hooks if you don't put the stainless hooks. I got a fish right here on this line. They ain't the big fish, ain't the big ones we're looking for. None of those. Now this is the eel cat. This is what we call an eel cat. This fish right there, it's got to be 11 inches. That's a different type of fish. This is an eel cat, and this is a white cat. You can see the hump on the back of the white cat, and this one don't have the hump. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Got a nice fish on this one. You can tell the line is holding the line down. It ought to be a little bigger fish than what we was catching. This is a little bit bigger one. This fish here, that was an average fish. The smaller fish I would be catching in the winter. It was all running this and bigger. All right, we're gonna catch a bigger one than that. Got another one on this line. Let's see, it might be a decent sized one. You see how they slide the bait up on the hook? That's what's good about a cut bait. Or you get you a freshwater eel, that's a better bait. That's a good fish. It's a good fish thing. They swallow them hooks. You grab it, gotta shove the whole finger in his mouth and bite. There you go. A nice fish here. That's the way they run. All right. We'll catch a couple of them. This one over here looked like it might have something. We got something nice on that one. It's holding it down. It might even be an alligator. Good fish. Good fish. Another good fish. There you go. There we go. We'll put a bait on here. We'll go and we'll tighten this line up just a little bit. Let's see, we got another little one over here. This is a little gar. We got a little gar over here, probably a little alligator gar. That's let's call him a bait stealer. He'll grab the bait. Bait stealer, that's a little gar. They still got him around 6 foot. Oh, we want to fish him. Hey, pull up right here. We'll get Tony and all, yeah. Now, if y'all, any one of y'all want to take them off, one off, y'all are welcome to it.
Oh, yeah, you got one right here, dude.
Yeah. That might be a little red, huh? The way he's pulling, I don't know. Oh, no, that's a turtle.
A turtle?
That's a little striper.
What you do with that? Just turn him loose?
Turn him loose, yeah.
He's got a turtle on it.
He got another one right here, fish. The third hook right here got a fish.
Oh, he's got a deformed
back,
shell.
yeah.
Check that out, Joe.
Look at here. I'll try to grab him like this so he don't bite me. You want to keep him for a pet, put him in an aquarium?
He's got
you got one? Look at this. Yeah, but you ain't got one with a hump on his back.
A humpback turtle.
Yeah.
Look, he's even smiling for the camera. He's so happy you took that hook out of his mouth.
Hook out of his mouth. Please let me go back in my life. There you go. Get the hump in the back. Probably can see it good like that.
That's a camel turtle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of turtle coming from the desert.
See you later, little buddy.
All right. We'll go back. There you go. On to the bottom. TV, they show you all that. A lot of them put them drums out, like we do down here, cans and drums, and they know where that's at, and they go down there and they reach in there and pull that fish. But if you think about it, I fool with the big fish right here. It's hard to hold a fish. Sometimes
that's crazy.
It gets me, you know, how they holding on that fish.
Well, the fish grabs onto them.
I know, but you know that fish
Then
doesn't
they grab
grab
the
and
mouth.
he'll
Oh,
eat
yeah.
you up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I grab them by the mouth in my boat.
Oh, they get all beat up. Yeah, a lot of them wear gloves too, though.
Yeah, that's
That's
decent
one.
Yeah. That's a little decent one. We're gonna net him. We're gonna net him. We're gonna net him.
Oh, one here too?
All right, do that. Oh, that might have been the wave.
That was the wave.
Yeah. A nice fish. How about that, huh?
Nice. Boy, that's nice when they
He's
come
all
up.
right, he's all right. He won't get you. There you go. There you go. Be all right.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. He'll be all right. There we go.
Little
Hear him
Bo would have grabbed him. He's talking to you.
He's talking to you.
You know what he's saying? Richard. Richard.
Please don't put me in the grease. There you go.
See you at Spars later.
Yeah.
All the other lines are laying straight down in the water.
And he's
The last one on the end is out to the side, so you know it's a fish.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good one.
All right.
But
The
he's a
good one? Net him up if you want. There you go. All right. Yeah, he's a good fish.
Nice. That's
Nice.
another blue cat.
Yeah.
They're trying to jump out of the basket.
Oh, we got one on this one too.
There he is. There it is. So I was waiting for him to get off by himself. Another nice blue cat.
Yeah. Nice blue.
Oh, we got two over here.
You see two?
Yeah, one on this first line and I think on the second one. Oh, it might just be this first one pulling everything.
Another one.
Hold still, buddy.
There we go. Use that knife if he give you trouble. Just take that knife and cut it.
All right. Woo, woo, he's peeing on me. All right, let him finish.
Oh, he had to go bad, huh?
Yeah, he must have been drinking beer.
Yeah, he's been drinking all night. Yeah, got a good
Right
one.
over yonder, Captain Dennis.
That's a good one on the other line.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because the line's staying down.
Yeah, he's staying down. He got weight.
Just like you told me.
He got weight.
Just like you said.
Yep, he got weight to him. He'll hold that line down.
That's what I know. Oh, here's a redfish.
Oh, we got us a red.
Okay.
There you go.
Now we got a redfish on here, but redfish is not a commercial fish in Louisiana. So by law, we need to release this baby. Ooh, and he's fat too.
He's a
got
game fish. Yeah.
Been eating good. All right, buddy. Come on, get free.
Look how pretty.
We're coming on something that's keeping the line pulled under. It's not bouncing up and down like all the others were. So it's either a really big catfish, or he says it may be a turtle.
A big soft-shell turtle. And then it could be alligator.
Or an alligator, but we're hoping it's not an alligator. Oh, that's a big catfish. It's a big
We'll
catfish.
get the net.
Yes, indeed.
That's what we're talking about. Woo!
Make a coubillon or gravy with that big sucker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he's hooked in the side. He's foul hooked. That don't count. That one don't count. You didn't catch him in the mouth.
Out. Yeah, he was playing with the wrong thing.
Oh, it's through his fin. Come on down to Spars in Des Allemands, Thibodeau, or Houma and get you some fresh, wild-caught Louisiana catfish, baby.
Right.
not the first place. I had a place in Racing back in '47, and my father got sick, and we had to give it up. So then we moved over here where this restaurant is at. But at the time, they didn't have the property to build another place until the highway come through. We're in the middle of the swamp. I'm between Des Allemands and Racing. Des Allemands about 25 miles from New Orleans, and Racing's 10 miles further, and I had a 10-mile stretch with nothing but swamp. Everybody thought I was nuts. Said, where you gonna get the business from? So I said, well, I'm gonna get something off that highway. My son, which is Donald Spahr, and his friend, Brent Rogers, they decided to take over and rebuild a place. They asked me if I didn't mind, would I still make the gumbo for them? So, as of today, that's my job. I had to keep doing something because I don't want to get idle and just go to pot. That keeps me busy. The gumbo is a seafood gumbo and sausage. So I got hot sausage, mild sausage, got shrimp and crab meat, which makes a good combination. I begin with putting all my seasons in my water when I start. I start with about 3.5 gallons of water, and that's the last of the water. After that, every time I add anything, I add chicken broth. Because I said, once you keep adding water to any dish you have, you keep diluting your seasoning. So to keep from losing that, I use chicken broth. I just add all the ingredients, which is the onion, the bell pepper, the celery, and the sausage I put in there to begin with, because I save the seafood for last. It doesn't take long to cook seafood. If you put it in too soon, you'll cook it away. It sounds fast, but we're talking about 6 hours, because they're letting it, while in the process of cutting it, plus keep adding it, it takes a little time. So by this time, it keeps cooking. And most people don't cook their food long enough, their seafood gumbo. When I get through with it, it's well cooked, and all the season is out to where it's soft and it's tender. I said that way, that's what gives it all the flavor. Our main dish is catfish chips. It's really odd the way it started. I'll have to explain to you. I said nowadays people get fish from the pond, and they all graded. When I was fishing, or even now, all your wild fish come in different sizes. It's not as easy to proportion them. One day when I first started, it was just my wife and I was serving the tables, and the guy told me, he called me over, he said, hey, come see, had 2 fellas eat. I said, well, it seemed to have a problem, can I help you? He says, yeah, he's got 7 pieces of fish, I only got 6. I said, well, we go by weight. He said, I don't want to hear it, I want 7 pieces too. So I said, okay, no problem. I said, I didn't open this place to make enemies anyway, I opened it to make friends. So I told my wife, fry another piece of fish for him. So we did. So I told her, I said, I went back in the kitchen after that. I said, well, you won't have no more problems after tomorrow, after the day. I said, as of tomorrow. She said, well, how come? I said, well, I'm going to proportion them. I'm going to make them all the same size. And that way you won't have no more argument with people. Everybody get the same amount of fish. I said, I didn't realize the number meant more than the weight. So anyway, I started cutting, and I ended up with some little chips. And I was cutting off about big as your finger. Then she started putting them in the sauce piquant and the courtbouillon, because we had all them home dishes when I started. And they would put it in the gravy. So she said, I'm accumulating a lot of these chips. She said, I don't know what to do with them. I can't use them fast enough. And she said, I hate to throw them away. I said, well, I tell you what, I was tending bar then. I was pumping gas, tending bar, and waiting on the table. Otherwise, I didn't have nothing to do. At the time, there was a lot of oil activity around this area, and I said, you know, the crew change would come, and they'd come in here and drink beer. Sometimes they'd sit in here for an hour. I got to know them all personally from coming all every day. So I told them, I said, fry up some of them chips. She said, what you gonna do? I said, fry them up. So I started putting them on the bar like you put peanuts and pretzels. And these guys said, you know what, you giving us this, Bill? I said, yeah. I said, I was joking around with them. I told them, I said, I don't want y'all to get drunk on me, so I'm going to feed you. So first thing you know, on the weekends, they started coming back with their family. And they said, you know, can we buy what you gave us? I was telling my wife how good they were. And I said, from then on, the chips picked up. They got to be the main dish of the house. So as of today, it's still the main dish.
Ooh, looks delicious. Smells delicious. hit it right on the money, like you said, Mr. Bill. Perfect. Man, I think this is the best gumbo I've ever tasted. Now, I was driving through Lafayette this morning. I decided to stop and see my good friend Boudreaux and have a cup of coffee. So we sitting in the living room, drinking a cup of coffee, watching the news, and a pig walks in the living room. Now I looked at Boudreaux and said, Mr. Boudreaux, you got a pig in your living room. He said, well, Tony, you know, I've been raising pigs a long time. He said, that's by far the smartest pig I've ever owned. I said, really? I said, well, tell me about him. He said, just the other day, the old lady was out by the highway checking the mail, 18-wheeler veered onto the shoulder, was about to run her over. You know, that pig ran over there, pushed out the way, and saved her life. I said, wow. I said, that is a smart pig. No wonder you let him stay in the house. I said, boy, it's a shame he only has 3 legs. He said, yeah, Tony, but you know, when you got a pig that smart, you don't want to eat him all in one meal.